What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down something very important that's going on for the markets over the next couple of minutes, as we have Jerome Powell giving a speech very soon, and how all of this could affect the market moving forward. But before I begin to down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 of free stocks. This offer ends in just 12 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. So SPY is down 0.18%, but it came down quite significantly down to 428. We had a possible inverse head and shoulders on it, but we ended up just invalidating it as we made this new low. But I just want to call out that there's a triple bullish divergence developing on SPY that could lead to a bounce, but I can't say that with 100% certainty as it's going to depend on Jerome Powell. But now let's talk about Tesla. I think that's what's like on everyone's minds right now, what's going on with this stock. So Tesla has been selling off quite aggressively. I was talking about more downside potentially coming when we opened. I told you Tesla may pop a little bit, which is what Tesla did. I was talking about 230, then rejection. And I told you Tesla should start sinking towards 225. If we lose it, watch 220. Tesla came down to 220. We actually broke a little bit below it. We actually hit 218.67. So we're going to be watching that as a critical support for Tesla. If we look at TradingView, we have 220 acting as support or resistance depending on where we are. If we go below 220, you're going to be watching the critical support at 217 technically, but we also have some support at 218.6. So we're going to be watching those two levels. If we lose 217, that's going to be a very bearish signal for 215 and potentially even the lower 210s. And if we try to hold above 220, that's going to be giving Tesla some strength. So the way I would dissect this is Tesla's dropped pretty hard. We're looking very weak right now, but we have a very, very big event coming that could change everything. Okay, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech at noon for Eastern time, so it's going to be over the next 20 or so minutes by the time you're watching this video. So when Powell gives his speech, all right, who knows what's going to happen? The guy could pump the markets, he could cause the market to tank. Anything could happen, so you want to be open-minded. We also have a bunch of other Fed speakers speaking at 1:20, 1:30, and then 4 o'clock p.m., which is when we have Bostic coming out, and we will see what Jerome Powell causes. Now, from a technical standpoint, the market is in a way like kind of oversold. We dropped really, really hard, but even though we dropped so much, there is a possibility of us always dropping lower because, us simply looking at RSIs or how much we sold off is not an indicator of how much we could sell off again. But I'm still calling that out because we sold off so much before this Powell's speech. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to call out something interesting. Tesla has been dropping very, very hard over the last 2 days. We're down almost 10%, despite how much we dropped yesterday as well. And we're going to be watching very, very critical levels. So watch 220 is support right now. It's also acting as resistance, depending on if we're above or below it. Lots of chop tends to happen around 220. If it loses it, watch 218.67. If we lose that, watch 217, then 215 as key supports. For resistance, 220, then we have 221.66 or the 5 EMA. If we break this, 222.5 is going to be resistance, 225, and if we get above 225, 228 is a possibility. As of right now, Tesla's looking very weak, but I believe it's going to try to shop around here for a bit as we approach Jerome Powell's speech. At the time I'm recording this, it's going to happen in 29 minutes. So we will see what happens, but just know that there's going to be a big move. If Powell pumps the markets, Tesla could make its way up towards 225. If Powell causes another rug pull, watch 217 and 215 on Tesla. I can't really predict it, guys. It depends on Powell. But what I can tell you is that we have some indicators on other tickers like SPY that suggest there might be upside because we have a bullish divergence on the MACD. We also have a triple bullish divergence on the 30 minutes time frame on the RSI. If you look at the 4-hour time frame as well on SPY, we have this divergence that's also developing. The 4-hour is looking a bit more bearish, but we're trying to bounce now, so we'll see if this turns or not. This is kind of delayed, so we'll see. So for SPY, I'm going to be watching the 5 EMA. This acts as resistance for the past 1.5 hours. If we break this 429.64 area, we could be watching 430.23. If we break that, watch it come all the way up towards 430.7. If we get above that, then 431.5 is coming, followed by 432. And if we get above 432, I think that we could quickly push up for almost 433 because there's not much resistance between those levels. So watch this resistance on SPY. For support, we have 429. If we lose it, watch 428.5. And we have some good support there. We can see that some buyers stepped in and SPY is trying to bounce right now. But then we'll see what Powell causes. Does he help us continue pushing or does he cause a big rug pull? You want to be open-minded just to be safe. For Apple, Apple's actually churning. So Apple got this like little pump. It got rejected off the 200. It's kind of trading sideways. If we're really bullish, you want to see Apple try to hold 176.5. If it manages to do so, watch 177 or the 200 EMA as resistance. And if that ends up breaking, then there's going to be potential for Apple to try to push it for 178. For support, you're going to be watching 176. If we lose to watch 175 flat. If we lose that, then there's potential for it to come down to 174.5. As of right now, Apple's looking very stationary, going back and forth and back and forth. So it's getting ready. It's getting very tight. We could even bring up our Bollinger Bands. You could see it's like really, really tight right now compared to like before. So Apple's getting very tight. It's getting ready for a big move. Maybe Powell's going to cause some high volatility. So we will see what Powell says. Anything could happen when this guy speaks. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. So once again, be prepared for the bullish and bearish cases. It depends on Jerome Powell. We will see what the guy ends up saying. Then two more tickers for the day are going to be QQQ and Nvidia. For the QQQ, if we're bullish, you want to see this thing break above 363. If we break 363, I could see this thing pushing for 364.6. If we're bearish, I'm sorry, it's 363.69 specifically, 363.69, not just 363. 363.69, if you break that, then watch for 364.6. Then 365. If you break 365, then 366.25 is the next resistance. If we're bearish, you want to see this thing break below our 362 area. If we break 362 flat, I can see this thing sinking towards 361.8. If we lose that, it's going to come all the way down towards 360. So I just wanted to call out that the QQQ also happens to have I think this may be a double or a triple bullish divergence. Let me just double check that for you. So this is actually this is a double bullish divergence, not really a triple. It could be a triple from right here. So it's maybe like a double, maybe a triple bearish bullish divergence. MACD looks bullish too. So we have a bullish divergence developing on the QQQ, which tells me that upside is possible. So I do lean in the direction of us pushing towards 364, but it's going to depend on Powell just for confirmation. So we'll have to wait and see. And then last but not least, we're going to be looking at Nvidia. If we're bullish, you want to see Nvidia break and hold 430. If we manage to achieve that, 433 is a possibility. If it breaks 433, watch 435, followed by 437, and then 440. If we're bearish, you want to see it break and hold below the 20 EMA at 425.7. If we lose 425, watch it come down towards 422. If that fails, then 420 is coming. We will see what Jerome Powell causes. I just wanted to call out that Nvidia had a bullish divergence right here and it's trying to make a recovery. So we're going to be watching this resistance very carefully and see if Nvidia can make the full measured move all the way back up towards 435 to 437. As of right now, I mean, it's looking a little flat. It's trying to push up a bit. So we'll see if Nvidia could break. But at this point, guys, market is trying to recover just a little bit, but I'm not going to turn too bullish or too bearish. We have some bullish signals on Nvidia, SPY, and the QQQ specifically. But technicals are just one part of the equation because we have Powell giving his speech, and who knows what's going to happen. So we'll see what Powell says, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. I'll see you guys very soon, and get ready for some high volatility thanks to Powell. Thank you once again, and peace out.